We need to build this man's a train. Ain't that right, Ken? Everybody's watching, listening, waiting on you, Ken. Ken don't have any stories he wants to share, but I do. Over the weekend, I went to a bakery because I was having a barbecue and I wanted to get things for dessert. And when I walked in there was I guess it's okay to say a bigger girl. There was a bigger girl behind the counter. And when I glanced down at her t-shirt, it said, "Skinny girls are easier to kidnap." So I kind of chuckled in my head, right? I went ahead, I ordered my things. And when she turned around to box everything up, on the back of her shirt, it said, "Stay safe, eat cake." There's been different ideas tossed around for what Ken should have as a new whip, right? Somebody suggested a pink Corvette because Barbie will be jealous of Ken gripping around in a pink Corvette. I thought that was a brilliant idea, but I can't build a pink Corvette because we need to section these things off. We're going to get 4 different things from the 4 different catalysts, and it's going to be Ken's job to roll around picking them up, right? Okrum, this stuff, whatever this is all called. So I have these all set up where they go, and I was toying around with different ideas in my head, and somebody mentioned these things in the comments. So I made some of these, right? These are pretty simple to make. You just use the item vault, and then you dye them a different color. So in my mind, I was thinking, you know what? Ken's going to have a train, a little smaller than Barbie's, whatever you call this part, the front of the train that pulls everything else behind it. And then there's going to be 4 cars behind Ken's train. And let me cut my lawn real quick so I can show you what these things look like. But these are pretty cool, right? Boom, you put them down. Now, I don't know if they hold the same amount that the actual item vault holds or how this all works out, but you can play around with the design on these too, and you can turn them into what looks like an actual container. And I was like, you know what, that would kind of be sick on a train car. But there's one problem with these. Check this out. When you do that and you toy around with the design on them, let's say if I want to have my output right here, right, that's going to pull out using, what are those things called? The PSI. And then we're going to put it into there using the same PSI. So that would work, but it's only going to use one of these if you change the design up. I don't know how to explain this without actually showing you how it works. So if I put those casings in there, they don't come out over here. So we're not utilizing the full thing, right? It only goes into just the one. So if I put a funnel there, boom, it gets pulled out. But if I change the design back to its normal rooted state by doing that, and I go back up here, and we toss these casings back in here, boom, they come out over here. So we can't really toy around with the design on these things. I guess the coating's a little wonky, but I think they'll look cool as cars for the back of the train. Making sense? And you can't use the wrench to take them apart either. But other than that, they're going to look freaking cool on the train as a car. So let's start making Ken's train. Let's go something like this. We need a train station, right, in order to build any type of train. We're going to put a hole in our floor. Perfect, right there. We want that guy to go that way because that's the way we want the train to go. Put a train station down. Create new train. And then we take some bogies, right? Do I have to put this one up here first? That's going to be... Ken's train's going to be a little short, the engine, right? Wrench? No. Open hand. Maybe. That's how you do it. Yep. That's Ken's train, right? Now we need to do cars in the back. And these are kind of... I don't know about tricky being the word. I think that space is enough. Something like that. That's the second car? Yes. Might need to tighten these guys up a little bit, actually. Ken's second car goes right there. Third car goes right there. Fourth car goes right there. Fifth car goes right there. Ken's train. You like it? That should work, I think. Maybe. I don't really know. But let's start with the first car. So this is going to be the first car. Boom, that goes right there. We're going to connect this as the second car, third car, and fourth car. Yes? First car is going to have the Okram. We need to get up here. Toss these guys on here. We're going to go like this all the way to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why'd you go there like that? That's kind of weird looking to me, isn't it? How about like this, dude? Boom. Yes? Okay. And then we need the PSI deal on here. Now, out in the world, where did I put them? I have the spacing on my portable storage interfaces a little different, meaning I have them here where this block space is, where he's going to collect from. So as long as I keep this right there, that's not going to work. Mind. Take this all down. I kind of have to offset these storage containers, right? Because like I said, in the world, my PSI is right there, right? Where it's collecting at from the geodes. So we need that 1 block space or 2 block space between these for these to interact. So that container kind of has to be offset a little bit. And I think in order to make it look somewhat better, make that the full car length. I have to make another one of these guys up. And while I'm at it, I might as well make more of all these. All right, how do you look? Boom, right there. And then how about we do something like this on the side? Take these guys, right? I made a bunch of ladders for doing those geodes, but I think I ended up with a couple too many. So if we just go something like that, it kind of tricks it up enough, maybe? I mean, we might have to add more stuff to this later down the line, but I think that's our basic design moving out for all these cars. Let me build them real quick, and then I'll bring you back. And our last train car. Now, I learned something about these things, too. When they're different colors, you can't touch them end to end. So, this is the separate car. We have to glue all these together separate, if I remember, because it's kind of goofy when you try to make a train with multiple cars. I don't know if that's been fixed since. I don't want you to go like that. Can you just go like the way I want you to go? How about that? Let's make a deal. You go right there. Boom. Perfect. Nailed it. But when you glue multiple cars together, sometimes the train can act somewhat cantankerous, is the word, I think. You go here, and you go there. And then we got to get up here and build the last deal. Last car. Do I have the things on me? I do. Imagine that. These go right here. Boom, 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 boom. And then I need ladders because I got a bunch. Might as well use them up, right? You go on there. I'm going to put one on the back too. Because you never know. Ken might want to go climbing. You go right here. Boom. There's our cars. Yes? Looks kind of goofy with them hanging off the side here. And I don't know how to fix that just yet. But I'll ponder on that. And now we got to make Ken his engine. What color do you want it to be? I don't know what that means. Train controls on the front. And then Ken gets a pink seat. Right, Ken? That's what he asked for. I'm pretty sure that's what he asked for. And then off the front here, we're just going to go like this. Boom. And I'm going to trick it up a little. We're going to add a different variation of color. Something like that. And then we're going to do the same deal that we did for Barbie's train. And I'm going to make Ken's engine You watch me make Barbies. I'm gonna make Kens on my own. Just remember one thing. Every train needs a whistle. Or 2. Or 6. Or 10. Whatever you want to do. Just make sure it has a whistle. And the campfire adds ambiance of a smoke trail. In case you're wondering. Oh, and for more ambiance, you can add these things too. What a cool addition. Ken's train is coming together. I'm not a big fan of the plating on the outside. I think Barbie's looks a little bit sharper. But it's getting there. And just so everybody knows, Ken's team Barbie, we're going to hook him up with some pink on the front here. Boom. And then some stoplights on the back. Placards, these are called. I've been told. They should go back here, huh? Yeah. Maybe. Or not even at all. How about not even at all? You can go right here for now. I think the last thing I have to do now is just glue this whole deal together. Now, when you do it this way, you can't glue the whole train as one unit like we did on Barbie's train. She gone. But we have to take each separate car and glue them as their own entity. And then the engine as its own entity. And then we should just hit assemble train. And it should rock and roll. Let me glue this. Sleep. I'll bring you back. Grab a fresh tube. And I'll show you what it is I'm talking about. So here I just added a block, like a temporary deal, so we can glue to it. And then we want to glue each car as its own thing, right? So now all that is all glued together. Boom, take that off of there. And we're going to do the same thing here. Make sure that we don't connect to this train car at all, or else things will get befuddled. Barbie's back. That's how we're going to glue up all the train cars as a separate thing. Make a sense? I think it does. Let me go right down this line, and then we'll glue up tube the train up with glue. We should be forgetting I can fly. The last thing is the train, right? So we got these temporary blocks here. Same setup. All this should incorporate everything that we got here. Can I come in one? No, I need to go out here. So it grabs that other deal. Did I do it far enough over here? I did. All right, boom. And that's our whole train glued up. Let me get rid of these blockages. I think we're ready to hit assemble train, right? And hope that we did everything correct. Unnamed train. Boom. It has the 4 cars. And we're ready to rock and roll. I need to take this train around the world. Line it up. These things are all lining up. Perfect. And I need to go around to each geode. Line up this front tire. Put a train station down when these PSIs are lined up with the ones at the geodes. Make a sense? I think it does. But that is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Have fun and peace. But Tube, people want to see the train move. Does it actually work? This is stressful. Can we do the thing? I want to be out here, though, yes? Something like that. Of course it works. Relax. Like a champion, it does. Look at the smoke trail. Whoo, daddy!